Okay, moms, I definitely did not finish my last series the way that I had planned. Life happening right in the middle of it definitely taught me something. It taught me that healing is definitely not about just walking away. I know we heavily hear this all the time, just walk away is fine. That's how you heal. Just walk away from we can heal that way. Moms, that's not the route to go. My experience in trying to do that, moms, worst idea ever. No matter how busy you try to make yourself, healing isn't just about walking away. It's learning how to mend things too. And I think honestly, we do not hear that enough. I say this because I feel like when we're in mommy mode, we push so many things away. We just don't ever have the time. I feel like we're so quick to just walk away from things because we think about everything that needs to get done that we just don't even think about it anymore until something else reminds us of it and realize we have never healed from that one thing. So I spent a lot of time recently talking about breaking cycles in my last series. I spoke about protecting your peace, unlearning habits, healing while raising your kids. But lately I realized something else. Healing can sometimes make you distance yourself, especially when you're trying to figure out what exactly is wrong with you. And it's like that overwhelming feeling everyone around you makes you feel so crowded. You don't know how to handle that. I definitely have those moments because you're trying to navigate and figure everything out. And it seems like that's the easiest route to take. And sometimes that distance isn't necessary like we think it is. Sometimes when we do that, we end up in relationships and we don't even mean to. Because honestly, moms, some relationships are not meant to end. X amount of years later, we end up having to repair those same relationships that we could have just handled the correct way in the first place. So let's talk about it. Some relationships don't need destruction because if you think about it, when you have those broken relationships, the destruction is already there. Whatever damage that was done, it was definitely already there. You just needed communication. In every relationship, communication is key in any relationship so that way it can stand tall. Without it, what do you have? Not much. At some point, it's going to fall because that is the main piece within any relationship. Agree to disagree compared to anyone else, but that is one of your main ones. At the end of the day, they just need communication, understanding, growth, and accountability. Setting boundaries enough so the relationship can grow in order for it to survive. Without those core pieces right there, not many relationships, if any, is going to make it. And honestly, moms, I think when relationships first start to heal, we sometimes think peace means distance, and that's not necessarily the case. This was something I was definitely guilty of because I'm one of those people that like to separate myself. But I'm now learning there is a difference between protecting your peace and avoiding repair. I say this because if you're truly trying to mend a relationship, you're going to take the time out to communicate, get a clear understanding, set some boundaries so that way you can nurture the relationship so that it can grow. Avoiding the repair is basically dipping off, disappearing, and not even trying to follow those previous steps so that way you can get to where you need to be. And sometimes that might be necessary if the relationship is unhealthy, not safe for you to be in, which is understandable. But if you're truly trying to break cycles, which is the journey that I'm on right now, you have to find a better way to communicate, as well as healthy ways to manage conflict, which we all know is easier said than done, but we all know practice makes perfect. Healthier ways to express your hurt. So if we're going that route, you also want to make sure that you're not just pointing your fingers at someone and just yelling and screaming. You're calmly expressing how you felt. You're also wanting to hear the feedback when it's your turn to sit back and listen. And next, I would say doing all of these things without shutting down. Because when they speak, they gave you the moment to speak. You have to allow them the moment to speak and also be heard as well. But also not exploding either. Because that in itself is really hard because at that point, you're avoiding repair and you're also trying to run away from the situation. And you don't need to because at that point, if it's unhealthy, like I said, it's not safe, then yes, the best bet is to walk away. But if you're just doing the exploding or just shutting down and you're not even trying, then if you don't deal with it now, you're going to end up dealing with it later. I'm not saying that every relationship should stay the way that it is. I'm not here to tell you that. Your life, your decision. But all I'm saying overall is some situations require grace in order for the relationship to grow while the people are growing within it. Anytime you're going through a healing process, I definitely think it changes you, who you are, how you see people, how people see you, and how you look at the things around you, the people around you, for that matter. And honestly, how you look at yourself compared to how you saw yourself before and years prior. And that's something I'm definitely coming to terms with right now. And because our kids are watching how we handle relationships too, we have to be careful how we communicate, how we listen, how we apologize. and how we prepare things too. All of those things matter. Yes, that is stressful. And I feel like I definitely am not the only one that kind of stresses out a little bit about that because it's kind of like those eyes that's always following you. I always feel like someone's watching you. I definitely feel like that when the kids are present, even when they're not and they're supposed to be sleeping. Like right now, I feel like right now a kid could be sitting outside my door just sitting here listening to me talking to you right now. But hey, at least they're learning. If anyone is in this space right now in the season of healing and trying to figure out how to handle these relationships, is in the process of rethinking your past relationships, whether you want to decide to bring somebody back into your life or X them out of your life, whatever the case may be, you're definitely not alone in this. So, moms, I'm curious while I'm talking about this, do you think that healing always means letting people go? Or do you think that some relationships deserve repair? I'm kind of curious about that. If you can comment down below, I want to hear your perspective on that. So just curious. At the end of the day, moms, maybe healing isn't about ending things necessarily. Maybe it's something bigger, like you're trying to grow through that healing process. I don't know. Just a thought. So I'm kind of curious about your responses on this. I'm thinking about going live Thursday. Let's see where everyone's mind is on this topic. It'd definitely be interesting to hear and get that interaction from you moms. I do have my Power File Reset Guide linked down below because, like I said, if you are on this healing journey with me, I've definitely been using it, trying to figure out the things that I need to unlearn and what I can do better on to get me through the week. And I know it can be helpful for you. So go ahead and check out my link down below for my Power File Reset Guide. As always, moms, I'm here to help you as much as I can. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until then, moms, I'll see you next time. Bye.